Prince Andrew had orgy on Epstein's Paedo Island and victim was told give him whatever he wants, docs claim. Prince Andrew allegedly had an underage orgy while staying on Epstein's private island, bombshell leaked court documents claim. An unnamed Jane Doe was allegedly forced by convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein to have sexual relations with this prince and to give the prince whatever he demanded. The order for the bombshell files to be released was given by New York Judge Loretta Preska in relation to the 2015 defamation case brought by Virginia Giuffre against Ghislaine Maxwell. The Sun has seen the first set of released court files and is scouring through them for more information as more are expected to be released in days. Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, Stephen Hawking and Donald Trump are among the high-profile figures named in the documents, which include previous testimony by Maxwell. Andrew's grope accuser Johanna Schoberg also testified that Epstein told her Clinton likes them young when talking about girls. A 2014 court filing alleges that Maxwell facilitated Prince Andrew's acts of sexual abuse by acting as a madam for Epstein. It goes on to claim that Jane Doe 3 was kept as a sex slave by Epstein and was forced to have sexual relations with this prince when she was a minor in 3 separate geographical locations. The alleged incidents happened in London, in New York, and on Epstein's private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The unsealed docs claim Epstein told Jane Doe 3 to give the prince whatever he demanded. He also allegedly required Jane Doe number 3 to report back to him on the details of the sexual abuse. In a transcript of her deposition, she claims Andrew only ever visited Epstein's Paedo Island once. She added that no girls were present during the prince's visit, only female staff. The transcript reads, "There were no girls on the island at all. No girls, no women, other than the staff who work at the house." Girls meaning, I assume you are asking underage, but there was nobody female outside of the cooks and the cleaners. And she denied ever at any time, at any place, in any moment ever asked Virginia Roberts or whatever she is called now to have sex with anybody. Andrew has always denied any wrongdoing and told the BBC in 2019 that he had never met Ms. Giuffre. Maxwell also said under oath that she did not recall being in London with Virginia Giuffre and Andrew, despite photographs showing the 3 together. David Copperfield, Kevin Spacey and Leonardo DiCaprio are among other famous names to appear in the court documents. Of over 100 names in the new files, which will include emails, legal documents, depositions, and more, there is no suggestion that any of those named are accused of any wrongdoing. Ms. Giuffre launched a legal battle against Prince Andrew in 2021, accusing him of sexually abusing her at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion and raping her when she was 17. She also alleged in court documents she was recruited by Maxwell, 61, as a teenage sex slave for Epstein. In one email, Maxwell expresses concern to her lawyers and says she is out of her depth. Statements that don't address all just lead to more questions. What is my relationship to Clinton? Andrew. On and on, she writes. In another round of her deposition, Maxwell denied Clinton ever visited the infamous island, but she said he did have a meal on Epstein's plane. She said the allegation that Clinton had a meal on Jeffrey's island is 100% false before adding, "I'm sure he had a meal on Jeffrey's plane." She also said she knew the former president's longtime personal aide Doug Band. Asked if she had a relationship with Band, Maxwell said, "We are talking about adult consensual relationships, it's off the record." Johanna Schoberg, 42, claims that in March 2001, when she was 21, Andrew groped her breast at Epstein's New York mansion while playing with a spitting image puppet of himself. In transcript of her witness testimony, Ms. Schoberg was asked if she ever met anyone famous while with Epstein. She said she met Michael Jackson at Epstein's house in Palm Beach, but insisted their relationship was not sexual. The documents also revealed that Epstein told Maxwell she could offer money to Virginia Roberts' friends if they were to help prove the accusations were false. In one 2015 email, Epstein appears to say that Roberts had claimed scientist Stephen Hawking had taken part in an underage orgy. His email reads, "You can issue a reward to any of Virginia's friends, acquaintances, family that come forward and help prove her allegations are false. The strongest is the Clinton dinner, and the new version in the Virgin Islands that Stephen Hawking participated in an underage orgy." Names of Epstein and Maxwell's victims, associates, and alleged co-conspirators will continue to be made public as part of the document dump, according to Pritzker's order. The list is expected to include names of people with close ties to Epstein, such as Microsoft founder Bill Gates and former Israeli PM Ehud Barak. Only Epstein and Maxwell have been charged over the alleged sexual abuse of dozens of young girls in his Upper East Side townhouse and his waterfront mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, between 2002 and 2005. Ms. Giuffre filed a defamation lawsuit in 2015 which was settled, but some of those involved in the trial were identified in the ruling through links to interviews they had previously given. Judge Pritzker cited this as a reason for why their identities should not remain sealed. She ruled there was no legal justification for continuing to conceal the names of more than 150 John and Jane Does mentioned in the court filings relating to Epstein. Media sued to have the documents made public, and they have been released on a rolling basis since 2019. Wednesday's unsealing was the eighth release from the 2015 defamation case. Of the dozens of documents being released, 67 concern Johanna Sjoberg and relate to the defamation case brought by Ms. Giuffre, who claims Andrew had sex with her when she was 17. Ms. Sjoberg also claims that in March 2001, when she was 21, Andrew groped her breast at Epstein's New York mansion while playing with a spitting image puppet of himself. Ms. Giuffre sued Prince Andrew in 2021 for battery and infliction of emotional distress. They settled in February 2022 for a reported £10 million, though he has always denied the allegations against him and claimed he could not recall ever meeting Ms. Giuffre. Epstein killed himself in 2019 while he awaited trial. Maxwell, 62, is serving 20 years for sex trafficking.